Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in the words of the Mesillas Yesharim. The Ramchal is describing for us the different levels of a kaisen of a person who indulges in the anger, the rage, the fury, the destruction that they could cause. And we're going to be whittling away at the higher levels, moving down to the lower levels of kas, still seeing that such a person is far from being clean from this terrible trait of kas. There's another type of angry fellow who's distant from the one that we spoke about yesterday, who's Torif Nafsho, who rips up his soul at any step of the way with his anger. Not everything that comes his way that is frustrating and bothersome and goes against his will is he going to be enraged or be fuming. However, when he finally does reach that breaking point and he explodes in anger, he gets angry and explodes in a high level of kas, of anger, of rage, fury. Our sages teach us, there are people, it's difficult for them to get angry. However, once they finally do, it's very hard to appease them and subdue them, because their anger burns inside. This certainly, says the Ramchal, is a major evil and a terrible thing. Certainly when a person like this gets angry and he cannot control his anger at that point, and it's difficult to calm him down, so he could do a lot of damage in his anger and his rage. And then afterwards, he will not be able to finish that. He will not be able to correct or fix that which he did. I was just told the story yesterday about a family that was sitting around the table playing poker, and apparently the game did not go so well. And an uncle got angry with his nephew, and a fight ensued over a friendly poker game that was taking place in the house of the family. And the fight broke out and ensued between the uncle and the nephew that were there. And the uncle went into such a fit of rage, he pulled out a gun and he shot his nephew at point blank range 3 times, and he killed him. Says the Ramchal over here, again, these are the gross examples. These are not where most of us are holding Baruch Hashem when we get angry. But a person has to know where anger can lead. And it can lead to a place that even if it takes a while for you to get angry, but once the fires of anger are stoked and they are flared up, and a person goes into that anger mode, so they can end up doing things, create terrible takala, terrible destruction, that will not be able to be fixed afterwards. Now there's a lower level of angry person. He doesn't get angry very easily. And even when he does get angry, his anger is very weak. It's small. And he still has control over his mind and his senses. Nevertheless, he continues to allow the anger to burn inside of him. So even though that he is much less of an angry person, and the chances of him doing damage the way that the others did is not going to be the same, nevertheless, he's still not a person who is clean and cleansed from this terrible trait of anger. He's still not completely in control and watchful over his anger. Because as long as anger makes a roshim, can make a dent or an imprint in him and his actions, he has not yet left the category of a kaisan, of someone who's consumed by their anger. Up until this point, the Ramchal is saying that all of these people, even though it's getting less and less every step of the way, but still they are struggling with their midah of kas, the attribute of anger over here, and certainly even in the smallest case that we're talking about so far, it will still make an impression on the person, on their heart, on their actions, the things that they're going to do. And although they are in more control of their power, their mind power, and they're more careful of that which they do, just one little step in the wrong direction, a little breach in the world of anger will carry them into a place where there is going to be takal, there will be mistakes that are made, and it will be hard to correct. So we're just getting our feet wet over here in the world of kas and understanding what it means to be a person who has to be in control of the anger and not let the anger be in control of them. Have a wonderful day.